I'm 41. At 40, I think I'm 41. I don't know. Um, Melissa became radicalized in elementary school when she first realized that animals were, um, that we exacted cruelty upon animals, whether it be through the industrialized food industry, through animal testing, abuse, etc. That was that was the inception of my personal politic. Obviously, that has evolved. I have spent over a decade not eating animals, not in a fundamentalist vegan way, but in a I am capable of holding paradox way, and know that eating meat is not inherently wrong, but the industrialization and the bastardization of the food industry and how we treat animals is evil. I believe that if slaughterhouses had glass walls, nobody would eat meat in the context that we currently do. I say all of that to say that I have always sought out the violent, horrific imagery because I personally have to do that in order to remind myself of the reality of this paradigm and to not be complacent. The luxury of and privilege of doing so because I will always be at a minimum of arm's length away from any actual harm, being a white woman in the West. So I can do that without being triggered, without being irreparably harmed, unlike those that are directly affected. So I personally feel that it is incumbent upon me to do so, to bear witness. And I have been wanting to have a discussion about bearing witness for months. It has been on my mind and it's been like on psyche, it's been on spirit, but I haven't found the right context to articulate it, and then here we all the fuck are. Bear witness. If you are white and you live in the Western modern fucking world, do not avert your eyes. Do not. I am personally pro showing the bodies and the horror and the blood and the reality on the news. It becomes exponentially harder to eat meat when you watch a documentary like Earthlings. It becomes exponentially harder to ignore the fact that most of the world, but very specifically America, is a Christian fascist nation that exacts ethnic cleansing and worse all day, every day, and has since its inception. And this is where holding paradox becomes key, because bearing witness means, as many non-white creators on this app have said, in order to synthesize that horror and not allow it to break you, you need to have outlets, healthy outlets, to express and process that with other people. And if we render ourselves paralyzed by overwhelm and depression and melancholy and hopelessness and all the rest of it, then what good are we to our brothers and sisters? But we have to bear witness. We have to metabolize it, digest it, metabolize and synthesize it, and transmute it into something for good, for light. I'm finding it harder by the minute to get up in the morning. So, I'm trying to embrace the absurdism, the optimistic nihilism, but every minute of every day, I just don't want to go on. But I'm here out of spite, and I'm trying to stay here because the world needs people like me. The world needs people like us that are on the side of the good, the true, and the beautiful, and actually have the means to make it so, if we just weren't being snuffed out by patriarchy, capitalism, Christofascism. Open your eyes, seek it out, look at it. There is a very good chance in the next couple of weeks that 2 million people with their own lives and their own dreams and their own depression and their own hopes and their own memories and their own legacies and their own stories will be gone. Just like many other cultures, communities, and peoples have since the dawn of imperialism and colonization. Bear witness, record their stories. Crutches and Spice is literally collating people's stories. She's recording them and writing them down and turning them into a hard copy. We each and every one of us should be doing that, because God forbid they take this app away from us. And thank God for this app. For all its faults, thank God for TikTok. But we need to be recording these people's stories. And even beyond Palestine, it's all over the world this shit's happening, between imperialism, colonization, war, and climate change. People are just getting erased from the collective, I don't know who believes in the Akashic records and without getting too woo-woo, I do believe that the universe has a collective memory. The psychosphere has a collective memory. And if we are going to survive with any semblance of a healthy psycho-spiritual ego, with any of our humanity intact, and be equipped to build something completely better, completely different, completely new, we cannot afford to forget and allow these people to be forgotten, because we've already let so many people be forgotten. Bearing witness is the least we can do. It has so much more of an impact than we can ever even begin to process. And I just had to get that off my chest. I'm gonna cry now, I think. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other.